Hello all. Before we begin the video, let's discuss CloudFoundation. CloudFoundation is the premier online training platform to help individuals and organizations gain knowledge and skills in the ever-growing cloud computing industry.
Load balancer server. So we have to dedicate, we have to sign. So we'll talk about that. So if you are planning to maintain 10,000 to 50,000 identity objects, then we can choose this medium footprint. That's fine. So if it is between 50,000, which means 50K to 500K, 500K, then we can choose this large footprint. So here the number of server is going to increase. Again, 16, not 32 GB. To have a user experience, if you want to make a user experience much better, definitely we should increase the hardware requirement. Like here, you require 1 terabyte for all server. Instead of normal, we can mention UI or task. Guys, and once again, the number may change slightly. Okay. Better we can ask Sailpoint technical team to get the latest hardware topology document. Okay. If you are an architect. So here 1 terabyte, or you should have 2 terabyte space for database server. So here definitely you require 4-core processor. Here you can have 3 to 7 or 5 to 7, or else more than 7 server. It depends on the document, latest document, you can check. I would mention more than 7. Okay, so what is the 5th category? If you are planning to manage more than 500K identity objects, more than 5 lakh. So in this scenario, it will be difficult to decide the hardware requirement on our own. So instead of doing that, what can we do? We can reach the Sailpoint technical team to get the help from their end. So they will get our requirement, how many identity objects, what we are going to implement, manage, and what kind of procedural changes, what kind of customization we are looking for. So they will get everything. They will prepare the architectural document, design document, and they will help us in the implementation, and they will charge some XYZ amount. Okay. So the 5th option is call option. All Sailpoint team. So they will take care on their own everything. Okay. So this will be the 5th category. So the most of the time it will be used in 4th category and 5th footprint category. Okay. Are we clear?
Yes, Rakesh.
Okay. And one more thing I would like to let you. Yeah, go ahead.
No, but are we going to see like at least the micro footprint, like kind of we're going to do like
yes, exactly. So we are going to, because ours is non-production environment, right?
Yeah.
And we are going to maintain less than 5,000 identity objects, so we can choose the micro footprint. So one server is enough.
Okay.
Okay. So
what exactly identity objects exactly means? What exactly? What is the one which you showed me? Like the users or users identity, that is called identity objects, or?
Okay. So Suresh, let's take an example. You're an employee of XYZ company, right? You have joined the company, joined the project. Your identity got created, right?
Yes.
So your identity is one of the identity objects. Sailpoint will consider your identity object as one of the identity objects. You may require some application in order to perform day-to-day activities like Active Directory application, ServiceNow application, etc., right? So those access you are going, SailPoint will grant to your identity. So SailPoint will consider those application accounts as another type of identity object. Okay. In future, you may violate some policies. Some policy violation will be triggered. Again, some item will be generated, right? So those policy violation item, it's a identity object.
Okay.
From
Everything is
SailPoint
identity
standpoint,
object.
exactly. So from SailPoint standpoint, each and every item, it will consider as an identity object.
Oh, that's what the numbers is more. That's the reason we're taking like too many numbers, like 500,000, 500,000, 10,000.
Exactly. Because we are not sure, right? Each and every company will have 500K employees. We are not sure. If it is a banking environment, larger scale, that's fine. But when it comes to small enterprises, we have to plan everything, like employees, applications, servers, hardware, everything we have to decide. We have to define.
Got it. Thank you.
Yeah. And I would like to add one more point here. Always remember, SailPoint no longer recommends 32-bit operating system or maybe 32-bit softwares like Java. It won't recommend. Always SailPoint will recommend 64-bit hardware and softwares. Is recommended for all type of installation. Okay. Regardless of whatever type of footprint it may be, always SailPoint will recommend 64-bit hardware system, hardware and software.
So you said banking client. So for example, State Bank of India. So it's having some like 5 crore customer they have.
Yeah.
So all the 5 crore customers' data will be there in SailPoint, or they will have their they have their own database and they will keep their employee, the customer detail in
That's a good question.
database, right?
Okay, that's a good question. So State Bank of India is a company, right? Imagine it's a company. They have 5 crore users. So it's State Bank of India's primary task to maintain everything, right? They should manage, they should protect the data, user data from cyber attacks, correct?
Yeah.
And whenever the transaction is going to happen, they are going to track everything. They are going to store all these items, right? Everything.
Yeah.
So definitely they require some tool, some application in the backend.
Yeah.
So they can choose SailPoint.
But they have their own application, and the application, so the transaction detail, everything will be there in the application, right?
Okay.
Why they go for SailPoint for that?
So they need a centralized system, right? Centralized dashboard, centralized system, like unified portal. They can track everything. They have their own application, so that application will be used by all the users. What can we do now? We can onboard that particular YONO SBI application or something. We can integrate that application with SailPoint. We can integrate their own database with SailPoint, so that we can manage everything from single place, from one place.
Are they doing like that? Is
no, I'm not sure whether State Bank is doing or not. But when it comes to like Capital One Bank, Royal Bank of Canada, ANZ Bank, they are using SailPoint. Okay, like
they
Walmart.
SailPoint as the centralized repository, like the internal bank employee use SailPoint to monitor or track the transaction, not the customer, right?
Yes.
Okay.
They will only integrate, right? Integrate SailPoint to the centralized server. From there, they can access everything, it seems, for their user information, user data.
Correct.
Okay.
So any other question, guys? I think we need to talk about all the terminologies as well. I think that's what we discussed yesterday. We have to talk about them. Or is it not required?
When you go for architect, these are all required, I guess. No, if anyone wanted to go for an architect, we need these details, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. So that's why I cover initially. If you are going to work as an architect, definitely you should aware about this footprint topology, what kind of different type of footprint we have, how to decide this hardware requirement. As I said already, as a developer or as a support engineer, we are not going to get into this activity. And once again, I'm saying, because this is a tricky one, in real-time project, they will ask, who will do the installation? So infrastructure team are the one who is going to do the installation, not Sailpoint developer, not support engineer, or not architect. Architect may monitor this installation, but is not going to involve in this activity. Infrastructure team will take that.
And well, one time I remember when I was in a project, they were asking the architect also do an low environment test.
And finally, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel.